Bum, ba-da-da-na-na. Ooh. I've been living in a paradise. It's all real nice. Oh shit, that was fast. A proportionate response. Oh shit. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly someone is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room, and you find Sam sitting on the sofa, staring at the TV. The screen is off, and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer. You can see Sam's face more clearly. You see a look you've never seen before. Chris and Susie. They're both... I know. What do we do? What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Chris and Susie, and millions of others. All because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Where there should be tears, there's only fire. Pure, raw fury. They're manic now. I hate them, Alex. I know they've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that. That we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. Ooh. Advance did what was necessary. I don't think it's that simple. The country's suffering. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries... Who is she talking about, though? I know you've never been a fan of Advance after this monster. Okay, she's talking about Advance. She's talking about Advance. Advance did not do what was necessary. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it all fully yet, but at least you'll get through it together. Chris as well. That was my daughter's boyfriend, I think. She was like college age. A final farewell. Dude, this game got really heavy and dark very fast. The last week has passed in a blur. A rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten. Your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your little girl Susie, and Chris too, both just gone. Sam has said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. Not that you could blame them. You haven't been much better. Sam appears, silent, and squeezes your hand tightly, an act of desperation seeking comfort, and you squeeze back. Some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? These scars will not fade quickly. There hadn't even been coffins to bury. I say the word bury weird. Bury. There. Is it bury or bury? Holy shit! I just realized how much time passed. An academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathering in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bring the total up to now? Oh, I should think up over 100 at this point, but won't they all have been reported or noticed yet? Why am I tripping on words? It's hard to see stuff. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers... She pauses before lowering her voice to whisper. It's clearly Disrupt targeting the people, speaking out against them. I even heard Advance are struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Come on, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about. Which means they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you as everyone else files out of the room. Look, I know you have a habit of doing what you want, but things are different now. Advance runs the show, and they've made their feelings clear, so now I'm doing the same. Channel 1's official position is that the government has things well in hand. Nothing more, nothing less. I trust I won't be hearing talk about this again. He gives you a curt nod before leaving. It seems that, for better or for worse, public ownership is now in full swing. So, the government now has full control over the media. Which means I'm going to just wreak havoc. Fuck that shit. A career in the making. Oh. It's already too late. It's already like 200 days past. You drum your fingers on the steering wheel, impatient as you wait for Charlie. Again. It's great he's enjoying the Cohesion Cadets, and it's so enthusiastic, but does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally, you see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. You can't help but smile back, the frustration starting to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So how was You're interrupted as he can't contain himself any longer. Guess what? What? You play along with a smile? So, obviously the Cohesion Cadets is a starting point for becoming a CCO, so we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words in his effort to tell you. Well, apparently, from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. And guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. I see. And what exactly do these Community Cohesion Managers do? Oh, well, basically, they need a new liaison team between regular people, the CCOs, and the Betterment Department. And that'll be us. People come to us with concerns, and we'll decide whether they need referrals, and if so, to which department. Cool, right? So you're gonna be helping people report on their friends and neighbors? Well, yeah, I guess. But only bad people. It's about helping the community, making it safer for everyone. Charlie frowns at you. You don't like the CCOs? Or the Betterment teams? My son's gonna turn me in if I go crazy. It's gonna be like Attack on Titan shit. Hi, Mochi. No, it's not that. Forget about it. Well done, bud. I'm proud of you. No, fuck that. You're starting to sound like the people that Advance are trying to help. Wait, what? Charlie looks at you, a serious expression on his face. Don't worry. I'll make sure that everyone gets the support they need. This is a good thing for the community, and the team will be able to help everyone. He nods to himself and sits back in his seat. The mood in the car is somewhat icy for the rest of the journey home. Now, Charlie, don't be a narc. That's good, pair. You hope it's not a sign of where things are going. Dude, my son's gonna turn me in. My son? Moch, you wanna come up on my lap? No? Okay. A spark to light the flames. Ooh, cinnamon bread. I love this kind of bread. My local bakery when I was a kid had bread like this. Fresh baked. You're surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gotten very late last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports are coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. You drop your spoon back into your porridge and turn up the volume. Yo, fresh break, that's doing great. Yeah, bruh. Dude, local bakeries is where it's at, just saying. I love local bakeries. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on Universal Menu Centers countrywide, a number of CCO and civic buildings were targeted in last night's attack. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. Oh my god, they totally broke Jeremy out of jail. You hold your breath waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under attack. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staff lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured, many seriously, and rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seem to have evaded capture so far. More on this story as it develops. You gotta turn off the TV. Wait, I had this really good bakery nearby back when I lived in Fukuoka for a while, but I only found out about it a week before I moved back. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you ever go back to visit. You're interrupted by Charlie walking into the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures at the TV. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches in a hushed silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the Night of Fire. Everything's going to be okay, right? I hope so. We'll have to see. They had amazing curry bread. Oh, I won't lie. Japanese bakeries, like the fact that it's like this, just so much different types of bread you can get. Oh, I adored them so much. My favorite was definitely, I would get the sweet stuff, obviously, because I really like sweets. But I found a bakery when I was in Tokyo that had, like, sliced bread that they toast for you. And it was in the shape of a cat. Like, it was a cat face with, like, the eyes and everything, because that's how they made the bread when they rolled it. And so when you slice it, it looks like the cat face. And then I also had, the popular one. The one that looks like a bun with a hot dog in it. You know, with cheese and stuff. I love weenie bread. I don't know what it's actually called. I called it weenie bread. Oh, day 912. The Uprising. A year and a half since Liberation Night. Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Alex?
Huh?
This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's
second break.
It will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Episode of Just the Job, followed
Bruh.
at 1 p.m. by a chance to see the very last episode of Just the Job.
So what?
How's it doing?
How should I know?
What, you haven't heard from him?
He's a wanted
Clothing sale, everything must go.
So is my
That was too
neighbour,
crazy,
she
Neil.
announced her birthday.
Oh my god, so I am working with them now. Ah! I had a panda sweet bun at some point. Oh, that sounds so good. I want to go, hey Moch. I want to go to Universal in Japan because of all the different like themed foods, like the I call them manapua, hambao, shopao, doesn't matter. But like the ones that look like Dragon Balls and stuff. Oh, so good. I can't wait to go back to Japan one day. I just need to save up the money.
National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf.
Hey
Our
Megan.
top stories tonight. Future Legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners.
He totally got
including
out, didn't
former
he?
Newsman Jeremy Donaldson.
Yes, Jeremy lives.
Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on
Yes!
Convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe.
Oh yeah.
Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance
bop.
confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Ramsay or the culinary skills of a professional footballer.
That's me.
If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economy.
Parts of our country don't even have names.
No awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones.
What?
In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in
Let's
every
not
major
put it
city
on a
across the
panda.
territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the
Huh? No!
impressive
Oh. What? Computer. No! No! Do you hear that? My computer made like a really loud noise and then the game crashed. Oh no! Hold on. I forgot I still have window capture. Or not window capture. Screen capture. Boop. There we go. Not like I have anything crazy on my screen or whatever, but dang it. Okay, let's reopen it. Oh man. Yeah. That's the second time this game's crashed my computer. It's not the game. I'll let you all know that. It's not the game. It's me having a really old computer. Still saving up for some new parts. Computer parts are so expensive right now. I think I need like a new motherboard. I updated the graphics card a few years ago. Like 2 or 3 years ago. So that's still good. But I need a new motherboard and... What else do I need? Might just be that, honestly. But yeah. I'm so sorry that happened. Luckily it happened in the very beginning, so it wouldn't be too bad. Much! Sorry. Oh, so I do this thing, there's an auction thing that happens online that I follow a lot. Oh, yeah, I know.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Campaign. Continue. Yeah, so there's this auction that's going on, and I noticed they have one of those really good Razer webcam thingies that's like normally 140 bucks. I'm gonna try to get it. Because then I can make this one into the cat camera, and then the proper one into like a really good webcam.
Your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can.
Okay, there we go.
Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favour.
Yes.
If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact.
Yeah, put it there.
It's on your right.
Of Just the Job, followed at 2 p.m.
I never actually looked at this. Just the job, just the job, just the job.
So what?
How's he doing?
How should I know?
What, you haven't heard from him?
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never misses her birthday.
Aww.
He's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest.
That's a dope
Double
grandma.
homicide of some bloke.
I don't think I was paying attention to that the first time.
I hope he's alright though.
No, he's got this far, and your brother was fine.
Oh good, her brother's fine. I wonder if there's a chance my daughter's fine.
Annoying him probably.
Not probably, definitely. Going in 5,
4, 3,
tonight's National Nightly.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf.
Hello,
Our
Megan.
top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the
Sorry for
agricultural
doing all this all
while
over
a series
again.
of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14
She looks
today,
different from,
Advance
like,
confirmed that
the beginning of the
programme
game.
is now in full operation, providing free food for
wonder
every
why.
citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual
I can't even
quality
read
of
some
the
of
meals
this.
you cook depends
Does
on
that one
whether
say
you have a touch
toothpaste?
of Chef Jordan
I see
Ramsay
soup,
or the culinary
juice.
skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems
If
in
I were a rich
territories
man.
11, 17 and 22
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies.
Let's pick
With
the other
seemingly
one.
No awareness of irony,
See if
the
maybe
former
that'll prevent me
CEOs
from
and
crashing.
MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses,
My cat left, I didn't realize.
private jets, and mandatory grovelling zones. Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of
Okay,
ever more
we're new
resistance
stuff,
to
right?
Advance's radical
Wait, no, we're
policies
not.
today,
That's right,
as
this is the
popular
one.
resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across
I
the
wanna do
territories
this
last
one, though.
night in a well-coordinated
Please don't crash my computer.
publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines.
Why would it crash my computer?
Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And an ending of sorts.
I don't get
tonight,
that
the
joke.
3 stories we've been following. A fistful of dollars.
Fistful.
After a highly profitable year,
Uh-oh.
Remington's Fist today announced the opening of their new high-tech underwater corporate.
They look the same to me.
Astounding CEO Sophia Remington, pictured here, departing for the new HQ built using underwater FLAD technology, commented, "We put windows everywhere, saves a fortune on aquariums." Happy ending there for Sophia Remington. Teleportated? In a surprising turn of events, the remaining scientists of Dante's Taint seem
They're
to
both
have
the same.
vanished into thin air. After many months of silence, the rescue team finally reached the remote caves to find them completely
So, for
deserted.
background,
This
that scientist
strange
with the
unknown piece of
submarine,
equipment was all that was
she
found.
knows that
Theories range from teleportation.
global
to
warming's
time
gonna kill everyone, so
travel,
she built a
or
submarine.
just half-finished hot tub.
And that's a joke on
Happily Ever After for Johnny
Hot Tub
Hamskis
Time
and
Machine.
partner and former teammate Eric Justin.
Both of these
who
are the
finally
same?
tied the knot this week. Speaking as the pair headed off for their honeymoon
Yeah, they're both the
in
same.
Territory 15, Johnny acknowledged that there would be many in the football world
Territory
who wouldn't accept his
15.
choice of partner.
That's just nuts to
I
me.
think it's time people grew up, he said. Some people are ginger. Get over it. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parts for the
Like-
notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket.
None
in
of the
town.
territories
That's
have a
what's
name
coming up on
anymore.
Tonight's National Nightly
They're
News.
all just... Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
People of the territories.
He has a
Day
gun
to day
now.
We take back control.
Oh, shit.
Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
Oh my god, James Allen's... Whoa.
But first, 500 days, the loss of a fine leader and a great man. The start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park.
Oh my God.
Where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a
Peter
memorial
Clement.
garden.
Who
in
is that?
Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick?
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days.
There.
She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide. Hello, Megan. You join me here live
Damn it.
from the what? Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what?
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the Memorial Gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Who's that?
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed.
You were not Patrick Bannon.
Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly.
Okay.
For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex.
Really bad. Yes, sir. I will make him look like garbage.
Getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united
Oh,
territories.
him!
The loss
Aw.
of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a
Fuck
hero.
off!
Peter Gordon.
Oh, my favorite alcoholic. No.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences.
I'm purposely picking the ones where he's like a dick.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase.
Oh.
But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
You can hear him like saying "fuck
Famous for
off."
his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit
The
and
like
wisdom
punch on
of a
the
life
chin.
lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
Yeah, I can see that.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago, moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually.
Fuck off.
I'd spilled coffee all down myself. I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked.
Oh, so the show that I kept
Behind me, I heard
seeing the
cries
commercials
for,
of
"You
was
either
called
pissed
Just the
your pants or
Job.
sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem."
They were just doing reruns of his show over and over
Before I
again.
even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and
Oh man, I
insisted
wanted to catch
took
up before the
them.
next stream. I'm sorry, Nemo.
That was the sort of man that Peter Clement
I highly suggest playing this game for yourself, Nemo.
Kind.
Just saying.
compassionate, sensitive,
You might not play it the same way I play it.
a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man.
I'm not showing that he's a good man, that's for sure. Peter Clement. He looks pissed.
You, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be
humanity
another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
Oh, I'm helping. I'm helping.
The future he forged, the boundaries he pushed.
Let's start a rebellion.
To me,
What? What?
he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh!
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
What?
You two, come with me! Don't panic! No! We're gonna help you. We need a medic here! You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
I'm not resisting! Ah! Fuck
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You stop! I'm not resisting! Don't resist!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said, camera off. Oh, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Medics are coming. You sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Julius Salisbury!
Target approaching Songbird.
Target armed.
Target armed.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you!
Fucking
This is what
time.
your precious freedom looks like, is it? Hold fire!
Rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
Lower your weapons!
Authorization was granted. None.
It was unnecessary.
Sir. I said, please turn that off. Please turn that off.
Shocking scene to me.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you.
One
and
of them
me.
was armed,
So why are
technically,
you
a little
watching
bit.
this?
I mean, it was a wooden
Why are
stick.
you not in the streets with us tonight?
I don't know what I
will
was
it
supposed to
take
do
you
with that
get
one.
up and be a part of this. March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now.
But yeah, this is fucked. This is a fucked situation.
We'll be back after this.
Dude, there's guns outside.
Does anyone know if everyone's safe for the crew, okay?
All fine.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
Weekly event.
No. It's different tonight. This is the big one.
My name is Katie.
Great. So there's a revolution happening outside.
economist and commentator.
Fucking parts.
You've
That's
probably seen me
journalism,
on the news
apparently.
talking about
We get set for the next
advance
sequence.
and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry and to beg for your forgiveness.
I hear guns outside. Oh god.
My parents are not rich. My mother was a nurse and my father worked in a factory. I was the first member of my family to go to university. But I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew.
Approved book club.
So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds.
Okay.
Our operatives will do the rest.
Cool.
Our only hope.
This is your new makeup artist,
only
Craig.
hope.
No.
What?
No.
Now lies.
10 seconds,
with
everybody.
Disrupt.
Sorry, Craig. It's a no.
Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Okay. Woo! Woo!
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA's secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
Right.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Oof.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
I don't see a
We have a lot to thank
fist.
you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard. Our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of responsibility now.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
With something precious, and that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
Is that 5 seconds?
Platform to
I think
do
that's 5
good
seconds.
in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided
That should be
to
5
help
seconds.
As many
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education, or reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry
I'm
cupboard.
sorry.
Oh,
30 people in the guest room?
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
I can hear bombs.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough for me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh, wait. Perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks...
3 boos, aye.
They don't call me the Right Reverend Ripped for no reason.
I feel bad booing that guy. I like that guy.
Yes!
Hit!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable woman.
You did it, Alex. We're good to go.
Strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
And now I'm just booing at everything.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again.
Dude, I can hear it all up there.
When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we?
Happen.
No. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
I'm waiting for like something crazy to go off in my window now, because I keep hearing like the bullets and stuff.
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive.
Boos all around, baby! Boo, boo, boo!
Set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone
Wasn't that him?
the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you. the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why is this funny?
You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he's been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
Dang, I missed it. I was gonna boo. Fuck.
That was it. The final ever episode of the Notice Board. And what a way
Ever.
to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
This was the break we were hoping you'd play our tape. It would have had the most impact here, but we know you played it earlier, and we appreciate the effort.
Oh no! I fucked it up! I fucked it up! I for some reason thought the first part was the second thing. Fuck!
One last push, Alex. We're closing in.
I hope it's okay.
The last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're gonna win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
We take it back!
Hi, I'm Maddie. Jenny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
Did she?
I fucked up with the tape thing a little bit, so sorry.
Yeah.
This is my shade. We can run back to Jenny now. Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me.
She's a bitch.
No one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
She is an awful person.
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Novaries from my ovaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
Oh shit.
I'm home. Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump.
Is it cancer? Worse, so John, we're having a baby.
How
is me. Oh, woe is me. Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked, we're having a baby.
Oops.
Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's wrong.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife, we got a childless life. No one wails and no one woes. No one
I'm on the offbeat.
sings on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife, we got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
This one's actually like the highest production one.
And drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless babies.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more we're having a baby. 18 years on bills and leaves. Time for a whole new phase. We're
having a
baby. One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening
Novaries
number
for the
from
ovaries.
Energy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District, and will be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yes, used to be. Well,
used to be.
Let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
with matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack. Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boram Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with you
None of them are friends.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know,
Bro, it's getting closer. It's getting louder.
Well, not exactly.
No. I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
What
about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it? Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital!
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
Whoa.
So peaceful.
the way he said that was so good.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
Censor the orange eye.
And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree. Wow, this isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Janet.
Oh, well said, John.
Thanks, Jack.
Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously.
Oh, I could use spacebar? I didn't know.
And
Oops.
John have their child.
I should
and
use
then
spacebar.
The story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing.
Oh, I didn't realize she was talking to someone else. That's why I was hating that camera angle.
Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out...
Patrick Bannon.
I had an experience with a girl
Oh.
called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The Nobles there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan.
Uh-oh.
This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening.
Symbolic?
An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
You're still here.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation
I love her.
now, are we safe?
Oh, God.
Yes,
The security services
Wait,
performs
are they getting closer?
without hesitation.
No, okay.
And I would like to assure
I'm just hearing it from the
that
camera.
although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were,
Oi.
as always,
Oi!
so
Oi, it is getting closer.
If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera.
Oh.
There's the speak there on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war.
It's getting closer.
Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
What? That sounds
Thank
really
you,
ominous.
Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon, bravely
Smoke.
reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing.
Can you get this reported to a hospital, please?
The end of tonight's national nightly news. But before we go, one final thing.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece, Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there.
Oh, Shiza!
Home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock. Charges rig, sir. Permission to detonate.
Whoa.
Mission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out of your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
That was my tower. So that's what she meant by it ends now. Achievement unlocked, the bigger they are. Oh no. So because I let Disrupt become huge, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Oh no! I wanted them to win! How, in this game, how do you make it so you can free the country? I don't know. From the grasp of Advance. Your full wages, okay. I'm still technically not negative. Oh! Manageable debt. Hey! Excuse me. Oh, Channel 1's heartbroken with me. Oof. I think I have enough time for a little bit more, right? Yeah.